Here we have the new 2022 Cadillac Escalade. And this one comes in the luxury trim level in black raven on jet black leather seats. And the powertrain consists of a 6.2 liter naturally aspirated V8 mated to a 10-speed automatic transmission. And as we get to the front end here, LED daytime running lights along with LED headlamps. And this thing just looks so great when the black is nice and clean. Just looks incredible, nothing like it. And down here we have 22-inch aluminum wheels. Get passive keyless entry on the front two doors. And then we have the controls for our power door locks, windows, and mirrors that also power fold. And then we also have the heated seat toggle here. And we can do either the seat back and the bottom or just the seat back. Memory seats. That AKG sound system. And then we have our power driver seat with power lumbar support. Let me scoot this seat all the way back. So great leg room back here. I'm 6'3" and I have the seat in front of me adjusted for someone of my size. And then this one back here, still have plenty of leg room. And headroom is really good, which I would expect. But over here we have our 3-stage heated seats for the outboards. Cup holders there. And then down there we have 2 USB-C charging ports and then a 3-prong household plug-in to charge a laptop or something. And there's a view of the third row. And then we also have our rear AC controls, which are automatic. But let's go ahead and take a look at the rear seat room, the third row. Behind that seat I have adjusted. So I can't fit back here necessarily comfortably, but I can still fit my legs all the way behind this second row seat. So pretty impressive there. And then you have a USB-C charging port back here for your third row passengers. If your kids have to plug in tablets or something like that. But let's go ahead and check out the cargo space. And then back here we have our dual exhaust and our LED tail lights. And I really like when you unlock the vehicle, these kind of scroll up to wake up, so that's pretty neat. And then to open it from the back, you just hit the button. Then check this out, another 3-prong household plug-in. And then our power third row seats, we can fold down and fold up, and they'll fold flat when the seat's up far enough in the second row. And then you can also fold those down as well. And then we have our power passenger seat with power lumbar support. Just so sharp looking. Go ahead and take a look at what's under the hood. And there's that 6.2 liter naturally aspirated V8. And now to hop in the driver's seat. So here we have a nice heated leather wrap steering wheel, which you can power, tilt, and telescope. I really like this kind of wood grain going on here. It looks really nice. It's aluminum finish. It goes throughout the cabin in the front. But onto our radio. Of course, we have this OLED screen. And this is our navigation system coming up here. Really nice, really crisp graphics, of course. And then we have AM, FM, XM radio along with Bluetooth audio. And then we also have that wireless Apple CarPlay, Android Auto compatibility. And there's our backup camera with our bird's eye view. There's our front camera. Then we have curbside views as well. And then I really like this vehicle information setup. Nice and big on the center screen here. Tire pressure, oil life, fuel economy, the efficiency gauge. And then when you're in four-wheel drive mode, you can even check out your turning radius and all that. But down here we have our dual zone automatic climate controls. I really like the buttons that they have there to power that on and off. And then our shifter here, so we can hit this button on the side, pull down for drive, push all the way up for reverse, and then we can push up for neutral, press P to park. And then we also have the automatic brake hold as well as the lane departure, which we can toggle on and off. And then I like how they put these knobs in all the Cadillacs now, so we don't have to rely on the screen, but we can scroll through and then kind of tap through using this here. And then we have our shortcuts and then our volume knob. USB-C, USB port, cup holders, wireless charging pad in there, and then our center console cubby space there. And there's a view of the back seat from up here. And then up here we have our universal home remote. Nice bright dome lights here. And then we can even power fold the third row using the buttons up here. You can fold them up and down. And there's our nice large glove compartment with owner's manuals. And I really like how they integrated the vents in here. Looks really sleek. But to the left side of our steering wheel, we can toggle our cruise control, Bluetooth controls here, heated steering wheel toggle, that gap adjust. And then over here, we have our radio controls, so volume, and then we can kind of scroll through our cluster here, and we can adjust the radio stations on the fly. So pretty nice. Then we even have paddle shifters behind the steering wheel. And there's a quick look at that gauge cluster. And one of my favorite things about these Escalades is how I can just tap over here and pull up certain things on the fly by touching on it. Really nice. But there's our push button start. And finally, here we have the key fob with remote start. But next we're gonna go ahead and take this 2022 Escalade Luxury out on the road for a quick test drive. So right off the bat, just a really nice presence on the road here. Sitting up nice and high. This interior feels fantastic. And when you're riding around in an Escalade, you just feel like you're on top of the world. So I'm gonna give it a little bit of throttle getting on the interstate here. I took that bump really nicely. And then really the only way to describe this ride is plush. Just really, really nice and refined. So I would have expected this to have lane centering, but it doesn't seem to be working here. But of course your Super Cruise system, if you want to pay for that upgrade, is really, really nice. Now, when you're getting GM vehicles, especially these days with the chip shortage, you're gonna wanna watch out whether you want or don't want auto stop. For example, this one has a credit because it didn't come with it, but you may wanna, that may be a plus or a minus for you whether it has auto stop or not. I mean, we're getting 14 miles a gallon city, 19 highway, so that might not be a big deal. But you'll just want to be careful because not all of them do or don't have the auto stop starts feature. Now I think I drove a Yukon the other day that had it, or no, it was a Silverado 1500 custom trail boss that had a 6.2 liter in it, and the start stop was actually used quite a bit, and I prefer it just because I don't like idling the engine, but a lot of people don't, and they find it a hassle. They like to hear the rumble of the engine. But honestly, in a beast like this, might not be a big issue to most people, especially if you're in the market for one of these. And with this one being a luxury, this one stickers a little under 82,000. Of course, you don't have your cooled seats, you don't have the sunroof, but really nice vehicle. And honestly, this would probably be how I'd spec out mine if I were trying to save $20,000, $25,000 as opposed to buying a Sport Platinum or a Premium Luxury. Because a lot of the options that are available on this, if you're used to them, you'll miss them if you don't have them. But if this is your first Escalade, you'll probably be impressed regardless. And honestly, even though these seats aren't perforated, they feel really nice. And that same support's still there, and the same adjustability of the seats is still there. And just a great ride, of course. And this brings me to an end of my review of the 2022 Cadillac Escalade Luxury.